Hey guys, how's it going? Troy here back with another video, and I'm so excited. We have Bryan from Sunday League Investors here.
What's up, guys?
How's it going? I think there's sometimes a little delay with the thing, so I'm sure people will be joining in here. So we'll just kind of get started, before we're going to do a Q&A today. So I guess any questions people have throughout, this is just a casual thing. We just kind of want to talk about what's been going on in the soccer card market. So I'll start it out with, yeah, exactly that. What do you think has been going on? I mean, it's been absolutely booming.
Bro, it has been a crazy ride, right? Like, I remember just literally a month ago, I know you were talking about soccer. I know we've been into soccer cards for the longest time. And after that Prism crazy boom, right where Champions League was going at, I mean, we saw modern cards start picking up a little bit. We're like, okay, this is sustainable. We started seeing Messi going up a little bit. Mbappe, he's getting that Nike collab, right? We're like, okay, it's going good. And all of a sudden, like, we started seeing like Messi's mega cracks started picking up, like literally, like you were telling me how you picked up like a Messi Sion number 62, right? Or 69, 62, I think, for $1,000. He's flipped it for like $7,000. Like, we're starting to see some crazy stuff. I'll tell you what, man, I am letting some go. There's some cards that I'll tell you what, some people are like buying cards just to buy cards. Like, we have some cards that are like third, fourth years. We're getting like full money for it.
Yeah. And I'm getting preachy right off the back here, but the advice I always give people, right, is just don't overreact. Like, literally, if you go with your cards and you just relax, like even just the Messi mega cracks, because specifically that collection has been booming. People are chasing and everything is flying. Like, people are desperate to get it. And it's the same exact thing that happened with the Prism, right? Prism went down and everyone was like, oh, I'm done forever. I'm out. Soccer is dead. Soccer is dead to me. I'm never going back.
Oh yeah. We're memes, right? We're memes.
Yep, 100%. Like, there literally was, and I don't want to be like I told you so, but there literally was, like, especially on like Blowout and stuff, people were like, all these idiots investing in soccer. Like, they literally were saying that. They're like, I can't believe people are still stupid enough to invest in soccer. So
I remember.
It's crazy. I just want to welcome in some of the people here real quick. Ed, welcome. Glad to have you. Nico, what's good? Glad to have you guys here. We'll probably keep it going a little bit, but if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, guys, and we'll make sure to get to those. Sorry I cut you off with there. So yeah, it's big things happening right now. I think we're both kind of taking some profits when we can. What do you see happening in the next couple weeks, though? Or not next couple weeks, but what do you see coming up soon here?
That's an interesting question, man, because like, I would say, in a typical fashion, I would be like, okay, these prices are not sustainable at all, right?
Yeah.
Expecting prices to go up $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 every single day, weeks, is not sustainable. But then again, there's also there's Champions Leagues coming through again, right? So it's not like it's not like there's gonna be a lull period. We're gonna have Copa America. We're gonna have the Euros coming through. Like, it's gonna be a jam-packed next few months. So like, I think we will cool down, but really, I'll be honest with you, man, our focus, dude, we have been really focusing on modern cards. Like, we have been literally going in on, like, KDB. KDB is class. You look at Man City, like, I think Man City has the best chance to win the EPL, and Belgium has a really easy group. We're chasing his rookie sticker, like his 2010 rookie sticker. His pop is super low. It's like pop 25 or something like that. So like, we're chasing like those type of players, like really good players that have very low pop counts. But yeah, man, I'm just not. We're not buying vintage, if people are wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole reason we did this, right? We were talking on Clubhouse before, so shout out to you, Clubhouse. That's a free plug. You Venmo me if you feel it's necessary. But
and me too. All right.
yeah, you too as well. There's just don't, like we said, just don't overreact, and also use your head. I think people are so like caught up in vintage. There's a reason vintage is what it is, but I think the Euros, like, I mean, just take Messi. He's not going to be playing in the Euros. I'm not saying don't invest in Messi, but people are going to realize, like, oh, wait a minute, this is why we liked modern cards, because you actually get to see him play. And it's this. I've talked about the sports betting aspect of cards is one of the biggest drivers that's going to be coming into it. So don't underestimate that fact. And I think that's what's going to make modern go. Okay, real quick, Ryan, what is up? Jackpot Joey. And if you don't mind, man, I kind of this is almost like a rapid fire type thing. I really like to get through these questions. So if you don't mind, you want to
Let's
just get
go.
into it? All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
Well, one thing before
you got it.
we get into it, I want to just clarify: if you are buying vintage, is completely okay, right? If you're holding some of these rookie cards for like a year or 2 years, you're good. But if you're flipping them, be careful because you could be left holding the bag. So, but I think long term, you really have all the upside.
Agreed. And just the last thing I'll add to that, I think my problem with modern is the garbage I'm not a fan of. You know what I mean? Like for instance, I saw someone they sold a DeAndre Hunter Prism Silver 10 for $500. And I'm not calling him garb. I'm like, that's the price for it right now. And I'm like, just because it's silver and it has a 10 on it, I'm like, that's the stuff that's gonna die. But you know what I mean? Like Holland and Mbappe, you don't know what kind of career they're gonna have, but that stuff's gonna stick around. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
We'll get into the questions. Let's do it. Ryan, do you prefer stickers or cards, and when do you prefer each?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, you can lead it off.
Or I was gonna say you're gonna go. Okay.
No.
I prefer whatever. So I prefer cards more so than stickers. So like, for example, if they're I'm more into like finding low pop rookies. Like I was talking about KDB, the 2010 Panini football. It is a sticker, but if you had a card, I would probably get the card. Like I stick with preference. I think stickers are awesome, but really I like cards. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, if it all things being equal, definitely cards. But I will say the one thing I like about stickers is the nostalgia factor is big for me.
Hell yeah.
Like you mentioned, KDB in the Jank Gank jersey.
Gank. I don't know. Is it Gank or Jank?
I don't know either.
I like Jank though.
Yeah, that's kind of, it sounds cooler. It's kind of like, I wish I could put a formula on it, but it's kind of like a balance to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So, okay. Jason Wolf, appreciate you. This one, with the market up in prices like Ronaldo rookie, what's the next move? I really wanted a Ronaldo rookie card, but it's unattainable now. Help, Troy, your thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts. I think you should try to keep chasing them, but like don't like bend over backwards to try to get them. I think I think a lot of people are trying to find alternative rookies, which is good. I think 2003 has some upside, but I don't think anything beats his 2002 Mega Cracks and his Panini football sticker. Maybe what I'll start looking into, if you really want a Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe start looking for weird inserts that are very, there are people want. Like look at the 2006 Panini Candy. That's with the Zlatan Ibrahimovic, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that's such a really interesting sticker to me. But like I would say, be patient. Don't act like I don't think it's the end of the world. I think you still have a shot because there's the market's going to slow down at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I think a point I've made before too is I don't think the soccer market, because it's so new, right? It's just starting now. It's not even close to as optimized as other markets. So,
100%.
For instance, like you could stare at Luka Doncic rookie cards for 10 hours a day. I don't think you're going to find like, oh wait, this card should be more expensive. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Where in soccer, the stuff you mentioned that I honestly actually don't even know that much about, you will find opportunity if you research the pops and you just use your brain a little bit, right? Like the Mundo Chromo. I don't know if this was before or after the thing started, but that was a card that was lagging behind, but had some significance to it. And now you see it going up a lot. Thank you, Ed. Nico, you never know if my boy Phil Foden keeps it up.
Hey, I'll be down with that.
Anton, Troy Reich on CNN. I actually don't know what you're referring to, but I will take your word for it. Jackpot Joey, vintage was lagging big time. I agree, it was. Okay, next we'll stick with Joey. What would you rather have, a Cristiano Kaboom or auto? It's a good question.
Man, that's a great question. Is it on? Are we assuming it's on card or sticker? That's a very good question. So
yeah. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll have a little fun. We're gonna have like, what is I would say the average Cristiano Ronaldo rookie would be like a select sticker or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if it was a nice on card like National Treasures type thing, you would have to go with that. So to make it more interesting, let's make it like whatever you think the middle of the road Ronaldo auto would be.
I'm so sorry. I would say Kaboom, man. I'm sorry. I'm such a huge lover of Kaboom. I'm sorry. I just love Kaboom. What do you think, Troy? I don't know. Are you gonna go auto or Kaboom?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. That's a tough one. But people always ask me about buying non-rookie cards, right? Which kind of goes into the
Yeah.
last question.
Yeah.
Go for stuff that is iconic and is like can't be that much more of it. You know what I mean? So like there is a Ronaldo Real Madrid Kaboom, right?
Yep. Or yeah.
There is. So like
Oh,
something
yeah.
I think there is, but
Actually,
regardless,
okay.
something
Yeah.
like that or Kabooms, there's not going to be that many more of them, right? It's kind of like set. But for instance, I'm just not a big fan of people telling me like, oh, I bought an optic blue Ronaldo out of 99. What does that mean though? Because there's going to be more and more optic. Like so the demand may rise, but the supply is rising almost at a faster rate. So I'm going to kind of go with the cop out and say I believe in both of those.
Well,
Yeah.
it is your channel, so you could say that, but
I'm making the rules. I'm making the rules tonight. Let me tell you.
I would say 2016 Euros is something that's very interesting. He won the Euros in there too, so
smart. Okay, what card in the hobby do you think has the best shot at being $1 million card soon, taking into account either vintage or modern?
I mean, I think it's easy. 1958 Alif Pele.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it has to be a Pele. I'm interested to see what happens with this Ronaldo and Messi true rookies, though. I just think the pop is so low. And I also have brought up the point before, people talk bad about soccer, but the European rich show off to your friends type money is different. So if those, you know what I mean?
Point. That's a good point. That's a good
even if just a group of rich young London kids decide that they want to have the nicest Ronaldo rookie, that's enough to take the entire market right there.
People don't understand. People do not understand. Like Europe has such a hard time getting a card and sticker right now. Like just imagine they could actually get it easily.
Or actually, shout out to us too, having two strong Asian males here. That
Let's
Asian
go. Hey, happy lunar year to everyone. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. But that Asian money is different too. And you see it in basketball. That's low key what's doing the Kobe Bryant autos. That's all Asia, man. You can blame our cousins. Blame our cousins for all that.
Have you watched Bling Empire, by the way?
I haven't.
Oh, bro, you gotta watch that. If you guys watch Bling Empire, y'all know what I'm talking about. They live like that. That's how Asians really are.
So I really think like that's why I wouldn't discount the Messi or Ronaldo. Do you guys think modern will make a comeback if vintage goes even higher? You touched on it a little bit, but I'll let you kind of continue on what you think's going on.
100%, man. Modern's going to have a huge comeback, no doubt about it. There's going to be a point where no one's going to be able to afford a vintage, okay? That's as simple as that. And plus, don't get me wrong, modern is beautiful though. Like modern cards are amazingly beautiful. So,
yeah, I agree. I think once again, I just can't. And I need to help myself because I can't help myself from hijacking it to basketball. It's just something I have. But like I've made the point with Anthony Davis, right? His cards are, I think, like 50% of what they were.
Yeah.
With the playoffs happening, I just don't see a scenario where it's like, and down.
Bro, what are you doing? No, literally, we're trying to pick up Anthony Davis right now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm blowing up your spot here. So.
Guys, don't buy Anthony Davis.
And actually, I know we have the messed up background here too, but if you guys want to ask about basketball, I didn't know how much you guys were into it, so we can always talk about that too.
We know a little bit. I mean, we're not like soccer, we know, but
okay, for sure. Well, we'll see. All right. For vintage, do you always buy graded?
No. It's super interesting. So we're doing a PSA book. We're doing a PSA grade submission right now, and a lot of people are buying vintage, regardless of what grade it is. Right? You can send it in, get it 3. Let's just say, for example, I'm just gonna use Pele and Aquarella. For some reason, you have that 1958. You get PSA 3. That's easily 15K. You see what I'm trying to say? So like even a PSA 1. You get some mad money for it. So if it's a rookie and it's real, I think that's the main thing. I think the better question is the vintage card or sticker real? If it's real, then you're good. Any grade for like those really huge goats, I think you're fine, man.
Yeah. For me, I think there's a huge opportunity with vintage soccer ungraded because so much of that stuff is overseas. A lot of these people don't even know what PSA is. They've never even heard of it.
They don't even know the value of their stuff, bro.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. I always just say like, man, the overarching advice, man, is just use your brain. So like the same thing, like I've had people saying like, oh, I'm going to pick up a Luka Prism ungraded and I'm going to get it graded. It's like, man, there's a reason that is ungraded. You know what I mean? As opposed to there really is like I bought some Messi's from Spain. It's like this dude just found it in his garage. He really did. Like there's a reason those are ungraded. So that makes sense to me. And also to even do like a larger overarching thing here, I liked what you said about a PSA 4. Because for me, it's like levels to grading. It's like perfect pack fresh, not perfect, and then authentic and totally not beat to hell.
Right,
And
right.
that's, you know what I mean? So for me, if I'm buying, I bought a Johan Cruyff PSA 4.
Let's
I don't
go.
$200 easy, right? But
Bro, let's
that
go.
doesn't matter to me at all. The grade, just the fact that it's authentic. And so if you can get these older cards and just get them in a PSA 4, that's going to be very, very lucrative to you, especially for some of you guys in there here. Like I've talked to people who live in Spain. He's like, oh yeah, people just have these lying around. Take
Yeah,
advantage of
dude.
that. Take
Yeah.
advantage of that. You know what I mean? Like he was like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, hey man, how about I send you $200? Let's figure something out. I'll take a flight.
And that's a lot for them, you know, like it's a lot.
Is.
Like they're actually really happy, especially in Portugal too. If you have connection in
Yep.
Portugal, Spain, make those connections.
100%. All right, moving it along. What do you think about Declan Rice, considering he's going to move to a better team and he gets minutes for England?
That's tough, Nico. I think Declan Rice is class. I think he has a lot of potential. It's just that he plays as an outside back role, man. You know, I think he plays as an outside back role, if I'm not mistaken. But like, yeah, man, because he plays an outside back role, you know, it's tough. You have to be really, really on top of your game. I mean, talking about like TAA when Liverpool won, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think he plays in a couple different positions there on defensively, but he is definitely a defensive player. I actually, just how I do my pump and dumps, I featured him in one of my videos, and I was making the point of like he's not going to jump off the screen. You know what I mean? Like no one's going to tune in and be like, oh my god, Declan Rice. But his Prism rookie card is $10, and you know what I mean? He's going to be on a bigger team. Like he's going to be he could be a Chelsea starter and an England starter for $10 for a Prism rookie card.
Facts.
Which Prism rookie and EPL is about to blow up when the next one comes out because that thing's going to be about $800. $10, it's all bet. I'll take the risks.
Yeah. So, sorry, I was going to say that's
go ahead.
A really brilliant move. So the question, like that's a great answer you had. Like basically capitalizing on the transfer, like that is gold. That's what people did with Timo Werner, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I think betting on a player's talent across all sports is really tough. A bunch of people have made this point, but people get paid millions a year to guess if a guy's good or not, and they can't figure it out. But for me, like I've been looking at guys like Karl Anthony Towns in soccer. The older example would probably be someone like Sazbola. He was going to get his transfer eventually, and once those things, yeah. Excuse my pronunciation. When that happens,
dude. I used to just be like shabalabala, and then someone like roasted me. I was like, all right, let me just figure this out.
It's funny because it's a tough balance too. Like I was doing a pack opening today, and I was trying to really pronounce the names, and it's a fine line. Yeah, it's a fine line between pronouncing them the right way and coming across as a D-bag. Like if you're talking about, I'm a big fan of Neymar from Brazil. It's like, all right, take it easy. Yeah, so it's a tough one. All right, Ed, we will get to your question now. Apologies. What are your take on Neymar now that he is more prone to injury than ever? Who's next after Ronaldo and Messi? So I guess that's kind of a two-parter.
Yeah, I think Neymar still has really good, good potential. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that he had to renew his contract with PSG. I really wish he could have gone somewhere else. But PSG still has a great coach. They have Pochettino. It seems like Mbappe is going to still really be there. And I think Mbappe might be really next. I mean, that people just don't realize how good of a player he is. But yeah, I think Neymar still has potential, but it is definitely way more riskier than ever. But then you do have Copa America. You still have the World Cup. So you still have time. So it's not like a lost cause.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it's tough for me to see him stay at PSG because one of the points I made is he could move to another club, and he's still young. I think he's 29 still. He could still accomplish a bunch of things. So that's not encouraging to me to see him stay at PSG, but I still think he could be one of the top players in the next World Cup. But that's a big
dude. Like
he's healthy.
He's brilliant when he's healthy, though. Like he is top of class. Like it's tough.
Yeah, but to answer his second part of his question, who's next after Ronaldo and Messi? I mean, right now it has to be De Bruyne and Lewandowski, but I think Holland and Mbappe are coming. I think everyone, that's not a bold take, but that's really how I feel.
Yeah. I think that's I agree.
Okay, we're quick. We're moving through it. Carlos Martinez, what card is more super short print? Select Euro Visionary. All righty. You know what? I will leave this one to you because
Man, I don't break, man. I don't break. I wouldn't know.
yeah,
I'm
I,
sorry.
I
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Sorry, man. Astro Boy, what do you think about Alain Saint Maximum, exciting young French winger for Newcastle?
We get this question a lot, a lot.
Yeah.
You would have to make a move. Like I don't know. Like I love Newcastle, but he's gonna have to make a move. But that's about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, for me too, with especially with soccer, I would not play around in these mid-tier waters because it's like
Yeah, dude.
even the way it works right now, even if he scores a hat trick, your card is worth the same amount. You know what I mean? So it's
For
like
now.
for now, but it's like what are you hoping for? Like you said, a transfer maybe, but besides that, I guess what I would people, especially people who are new to the soccer market, like especially people who really know soccer, they almost hurt themselves because they'll be like, oh, this left back is in a new system and he's going to score 2 more assists per year. It's like, that's not what moves the market right now. So I would
Yeah.
just, in general, unless you think it's a young guy who's going to get a transfer, I would just stick with the top of the top because that's how soccer is right now. How do you make sure that raw vintage is authentic? This is actually probably more of a question for you because I have no idea.
And that's a real good question. So, I mean, you can reach out to us. What we'll do is we'll probably reach out to other people that are very, very well versed into vintage. You know, like there's a lot of people that are like have been collecting for years and years that could tell like very subtle differences. The biggest thing I know is like I know a lot of people are chasing the Messi Mega Cracks 2004 in Spain. I would say be careful because like they're let's call space for spades. There are some counterfeits that are coming out from there. But like it really takes a lot of skill. Like for me, I wouldn't be comfortable be like, hey, is that real? Or, like I could tell you it's real or not. I would have to like just give you to like a real collector that knows like the feel, everything, man. It's a tough question, bro.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna excuse me, if you're gonna play around in the raw waters, do your research. And I should probably be better at that, but like I was seeing even just the difference between like Campione and Campio, it's like how close the letters are to the side.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
it's
So
crazy.
that same stuff, that same info exists out there for this, span, the vintage and the Messi and all this stuff. So my recommendation, and maybe do as I say, not as I do a ton of research and understand the telltale signs of counterfeits to the best of your ability. And also, once again, just use common sense. Like if you, the one thing I always say, and this is advice to scammers as well. So if you're listening, take this into account. If I offer him, my first offer and he just goes, yeah, sounds good. It's like, okay, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Do a two take.
Yeah. So you can just kind of tell, do your research, check out their Facebook profile, check out all this stuff, and it'll help.
And prepare to take L's too, okay? If you're gonna be
that's part of
playing with vintage, be prepared to take L's, and it's okay, but the W's are gonna be way bigger than the L's. I'll tell you that.
Facts. All right. Walgreen Comps, what is your take on USA soccer? Well,
they're winning the World Cup.
How much time do you have to take? How much time?
Let's lose all their episode.
Yeah. But in general, I guess to keep it short, because we're going for the quick hitter type Q&A today. What do you think?
Let's do it. I think it's just nothing but up, man. Nothing but up.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a couple things. So from a card perspective, I always say don't fight the hype. So if you're just trying to die on the hill that I don't even know who's better than Weston McKennie. I'm sure there's a ton of center mids.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot better than Weston McKennie, especially for like my year. Like people get so caught up in this fight against USA Soccer, you're not going to win it. You know what I mean? Like the hype is there because this is where a lot of the card market is. So that'd be my first advice. Like understand that USA hype and utilize it. If you hate Christian Pulisic, double get his cards, triple your money at the World Cup, and then buy every single, I don't even know, Harry Kane card you want. And then, you know what I mean? So, but I will say 100%. The one thing in terms of the hype, I think a lot of it is justified right now. I think it really is talented. People are like, oh, great, this is another Freddie Adu situation. It's like, no, what the Americans are doing right now in Europe is unprecedented. Never happened
100%.
before.
100%.
Mbappe, okay, I'll let him know you love him. I think KDB and Lewa are both too old.
Well, Lewandowski has like 24 goals already.
Yeah.
I mean,
The one thing I will say that's tough though is depending how the card market goes, like especially if it stays American centric, as like Lewandowski moves towards retirement, how many people are going to be like, "Oh, this is my GOAT. I need a Lewandowski card to hold forever." Just something to think about. I think both those guys are great investments, but something to think about.
See, that's why we always like that. See, I think that's where it gets risky when you get their 2016 Prism stuff, right?
Yeah, true.
When you go with their stickers with like their rookie stickers, you don't have much risk. It's like a pop 5.
Yep. True. No risk. If someone's like, crazy. That's the thing. If people like, even if just Poland, you know what I mean? Like if they start, there's going to be just the rich Polish guys want a Lewandowski rookie. Well, there's 20 of them. So good luck. All right. I think Bruno Fernandes is only going to get better. Agreed.
Yeah, man.
IDK about soccer forums. Glad you're watching. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And also, Mark, if you guys are new, don't be afraid to ask simple questions as well. Just, you know what I mean? If you want to, we'd be more than happy to answer and get you guys going because there's some great stuff happening right now. How about Griezmann for Euro investing? He's been performing well lately for Barca, and France is likely in top 4 for Euros or better.
Griezmann's interesting. I know, Troy, you've been talking about a little bit. Luigi's been talking about a little bit. And, he was actually one of my plays for a while because, like, when he made the move to Barcelona, I really thought he could be the man. And obviously it hasn't worked out very well. But, because the Euros is coming up and he is in form. I mean, Barca's not in form, but he's in form. I think it's a good play because it's so, like, low risk. Like, he's not that expensive. But I will say France is in a group of death, like if you look at that group of Euros, like it's pretty wild. Portugal, I think it's Germany in there, Hungary, like those are some really top teams.
True. I think we talked about this a little bit on Clubhouse too, though. The hype will be there for, like, I think at the Euros and especially at the World Cup, like he said, he's on France. He's going to be a starter more than likely. People are going to want a piece of France. And for me, I think one of the best plays right now is like these basically $5-10 bets. You know what I mean? That's nothing. You buy a Rashford, you buy a Griezmann, you buy there's plenty of Portuguese players. There's Declan Rice, all these guys, Sancho, Havertz, like it just, for me, make those $5 bets. If you can find these starters for the top national teams, I don't think you can go wrong. Lewandowski and Modric are still cheap cards. Yeah, relative to their success, 100%. Don't be sleeping on my boy Davies. Hey man, I'm a huge fan. I got plenty of his MLS rookies. Modric, I agree with you. It kind of goes back to what we were saying about Lewandowski, of the risk of like, especially at least I can speak for American investors. Are they going to be holding Modric long term as one of their GOATs? I would say probably not. Alphonso Davies, Mason, Greenwood, Saka. Yeah, agreed. Greenwood needs to step it up a little bit, but definitely a talented player.
I think he'll have time, yeah.
You will. Who are your top 5 players of all time?
Oh man, that's such
they're putting question. Us on the spot here. We're trying to move through these, and you guys are getting us with the tough ones.
All right, well, don't kill me, Mangesh. Okay, all right. I'll just do it real quick. Pele, Maradona, Cruyff, Messi, Ronaldo. I don't know.
Yeah,
like I don't know. There's just so many, bro.
I mean, that's the right list, though, right? So, I mean, mine would be the same. I'll do my top 5 favorite, even though no one cares to ask, but I'll share them anyways. I'm gonna
I want to know. Troy,
I'm gonna go. Well, okay, I'll get my 3 random ones out first. So Gerard Deulofeu, Christian Teo, and Jae-Sung Park are my favorite 3 of all time.
Jae-Sung Park, all right, give that shout
out.
The
GOAT, right. The absolute GOAT. And then I love Ronaldo, I love Messi. So that's probably like that's the weirdest top 5 list of all time, but that's it for me. Marique's Grave. Oh, this is getting dark. Good starter card for a first ever soccer investment.
I mean, just buy a rookie card. Like, I mean, if you buy a rookie card of any GOAT, look at the 2000 GOATs right now, right? I mean, I think it's super interesting to me.
Yeah, I would say higher budget, go for a rookie card of a GOAT. I mean, they're a little inflated right now, but if you really just want to buy something semi-safe, like a PSA 6 Messi Mega Cracks for what, like $400 or something like that, not the worst thing in the world.
It's a lot more now, Troy.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I agree with you then, but actually, I'm going to be a little bit controversial here. I think, like I said, those safe like $5 bets, if you kind of just want to get into it, like a Neymar Prism PSA 9, I think is like $100 right now. I'm not necessarily saying him, but I think some of these prisms that have shown they have that potential to really go and are like solid cards, I'd go with that. Do you think Callum Hudson-Odoi can make the Euros World Cup squad?
Yeah, if he keeps it up. If he keeps it up, like he's been playing a lot under Tuchel, so.
Yep, agreed. Here's one. What's your take on BGS grading price update for 250 for Super Express and them being super slow even at that service? Will that make people focus 100% on PSA?
Did they really do that? When did they do this?
Yeah, it was like a couple days ago. They doubled all their prices.
Wow. Okay, so there's fake slaps and this too? Okay.
I know, seriously. Right. and worse turnaround times than PSA. Substantially
I'm speechless,
worse.
boys.
I mean, for me, it's literally, if I was in BGS, and once again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there. There's a lot of intricacies to these businesses. But for me, it's so simple. To beat PSA, they don't have the value. That's gone. And I don't think it's ever coming back. Turnaround times and price are the only two things they can compete on. And they're not competing on that. So why would I send this card to BGS in my entire life?
Yeah, man, that's not a good look. That's not good. I will say BGS cards for crossing. That's a very interesting thing that we've been looking into. That is something. If you guys want to make free money right there and you want to take a risk, well, it's not free money; it's risk. But you get the
hey, man. If we're gonna keep giving away gems like this, we need to make this a paid live stream or something.
Hey, join our Patreon.
Yeah. That's easy money. The last thing I'll have on this is I've been buying a good amount of SGC cards actually, because I've learned the most important thing, and this is once again preachy hour, buy the card, not the grade. Those 10s are 10s in that case.
And they're beautiful.
Yep. And SGCs earn that. So even HGA, from what I've seen so far, like as long as it's not a garbage grading company, buy the card, not the grade. Dude, you know what I mean? And SGC.
I like HGA. Do you like HGA?
I do too.
I like the look. I like the look. People are like, it looks kiddish, but I'm just like, I don't know. I like it. It's an unpopular opinion, but I like it, man.
I'm all about competition too. So they're like, pretty much, it's such a low bar that even if they try, it's I'm with it. You know, Saka. Okay, we have a fan. Best leagues to buy cards from, Mark.
I think Bundesliga is very interesting to me.
Bundesliga.
Yeah, that's one. That's if I had to give one, I think obviously you have all the top players. I mean, Serie A has a lot of great talent, but I think Bundesliga has, like, when you look at cards and the prospects, like you have the Topps Chrome and card, they look beautiful, man.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the top leagues everyone knows: Serie A, League One, EPL, Bundesliga, and Spanish League. But I think sometimes if people are new, they kind of like, wait, what's the NBA of soccer?
Yeah.
Look at Champions League teams. It's a little different, and we're not going to go into the same thing, but looking at that, but just honestly, no shame in Googling what are the top 10 soccer players right now, and look, and then go from there. Do your research, but no shame in looking at that if you're new. I don't understand. Anyways. Yep, I don't understand why Pulisic cards are more expensive than KDB Euros, because he's American, and you just have to accept it. Sorry. Saka, we have a lot of Saka supporters. Abby Wambach is from my hometown, so that was pretty cool. But my next question is, do you think teams will ever fall off top of the world like Barca, Munich?
Like, would they ever just
like with Barca's financial trouble right now? Like, do you see them? People have said like they might not be a top team anymore.
Nah, I don't believe so. I know there's finances, but like someone will save them.
Someone will save them. The worth of the club, and also like, you just think about alone how much money they make from the Audi Cup and merchandise and their Rakuten sponsorship. You know what I mean? Like that's easy money. You would be surprised. It's not like the NBA. Even if everything came tumbling down for them and they came in like, you know, one of the worst places, they would still make 30 times what Elche is. You know what I mean? Their budget will still be more. So that's always over time. That's going to come up. come forward. What do you think about MLS cards?
It's interesting to me. It is very interesting. I used to kind of just put them down a little bit, but no, man, you're looking at some of these talents. Now it's actually it's starting to creep up in my mind. Like you look at Kane Clark, you look at Brendan Aronson. Like you have this new guy Brenner coming from Sao Paulo. Like it's really, I'm keeping one eye on it. I wouldn't say I'm going all in, but I'm keeping one eye on it. What about you, Troy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's easy money. Like I saw the Aronson thing, and I was like, that's just so. I should have known that. You know what I mean? That's easy.
I messed up too, bro. I was just like, how did I
Yeah.
mess up with Brendan Aronson? That dude, man, filthy.
The earliest, like I said, I really don't think the soccer card market is optimized. The earliest card always will have a ton of significance, especially for collectors. So if it's a good player and their first card is in the MLS, that's almost even more of a boost because it's like an American will feel even more attached to that. So I've been looking, my guy Jack Harrison, Leeds legend, Wake Forest legend, his MLS rookies, I'm looking to pick those up. I collect Phil Foden recently, planning to hold it for at least 3 years. What do you think about Phil Foden?
Bro, he is class. I mean,
Special.
dude,
Bro,
you know, Bob has been buying that kid since we first started. Like his blue optic, blue optic, it was like numbered out 249. He got like two. Dude, this is how crazy it was back then. It was like two for like $35.
Yeah. You said the blue optic?
Yeah, blue number
wow.
two of them. And this dude was like complaining. I remember he was like, I can't believe I paid $35 for this. This guy like bid me up. I was like, yeah, man, sucks. But then now it's like, dude, that's crazy.
Hey man, that's the perspective for people watching of the soccer card market. Like I had someone call me out for like, oh, Davies will not be because he's a defender and he blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, you know, the soccer card market has basically existed for 6 months. So who's to say what's going to happen down the road? You know what I mean?
That's
like
true. That's
even
true.
Historically, Ronaldo and Messi rookie cards didn't hold any value because they were like $600 a year and a half ago. So that's kind of a tangent, but I'm a huge believer in Foden. I think the box office factor is real. The English factor is real. Follow the hype, man. Like I said, don't buy it because of the hype, but that's always a bonus to me. How much do you think Pele documentary will affect current prices?
It really has. It really has. Like I mean, Pele has been having a crazy run up. And we're seeing like it's just very Last Dance vibes. I mean, not as crazy, but like it definitely has some of those vibes though.
Yeah, and you mentioned Last Dance, and we can go to Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Learn from history. Don't overreact. Same advice as always. I think they'll probably shoot up really high. Don't buy there, and then they'll probably go back down. Don't sell there. You know what I mean? It's Pele, so maybe if you're going from purely a flipping perspective, you can find a way to capitalize, but just don't overreact to those price changes because they'll probably be pretty sharp around there. I'm new to soccer. I'm from New York. What is a good league? Like Select, Prism, Tops? Yeah. What brands? What brands would you quick?
Tops Chrome Champions League. I think that's really the best. I mean, we talked about it a little bit. I think Tops Chrome Champions League is probably the easiest, but wait for Prism coming out for Prism EPL Prism come out. I think so. Euro's Prisms might be coming out this year. I don't know. I'm talking to a Panini rep soon, so I'll ask him about that.
Keep me posted, man. And
I'll let you all know. Don't worry.
It'll be in the Patreon. It'll be in the paid Patreon.
Yeah. It's like $500 a month or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, but I guess my advice would be I always hesitate to say specific brands as well.
Yeah, it's too tough, bro.
Because it's tough. Actually, especially for new people, you'd be surprised if you just search. Don't blindly buy, but if you search Kevin De Bruyne rookie, like if you search what are the top 10 players in the world, okay, Kevin De Bruyne, he's number 3 after Messi and Ronaldo. You search Kevin De Bruyne rookie, what'll probably come up is mostly his, like you'll figure out in 5 minutes is his 2010 sticker and his 2016 Euro Prism. So I can't say like Topps Chrome because that's not what it is for De Bruyne, but you know what I mean. So I would recommend.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, just search their rookie. It's too hard to say a specific brand, but honestly, I've had a lot of success just searching rookie after their name, and you'll kind of figure it out. True. A lot. Yep, I agree. Okay, we got Pele going up at least 25% or more. Agreed. When do you think it's okay? I'll answer this real quick. For me, I always whatever their first prism is for me. If it's a Euro, if it's a World Cup, that's if I'm going to go Prism, that's strictly what I would invest in.
Yeah, I would agree too. But I will say first World Cups do have weight. Look at 2006 Messi and Ronaldo. So
that's true. Facts. Do you think Messi needs to win Copa or World Cup to be the GOAT?
It'll put it to rest. I'll tell you that. Like, it'll be no more questions anymore. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine him winning the Copa America or World
That'd be
Cup?
crazy.
That'll be insane.
Yeah,
No contest.
I was talking about this, I think, with Card Hour. You can't put a formula on soccer stuff because it's like Messi, he's not in the Euros, but Argentina's pretty good. So if he wins a Copa America, how do we compare that to Holland from Norway going to the semifinals of the Euros? Just you got to look at it from we can't like put it like he needs this or he doesn't need this type of deal. Messi's accomplishments speak for themselves. I honestly don't understand why Kane isn't high in the card market, so undervalued.
He's undervalued.
He is, but I'm just not a fan, so I'm curious.
You're not a fan? Oh, no, Troy.
I'm not a fan of, it's not him as a player, just as an investment. You know what I mean?
Really?
So I'm curious because I'm curious to get your thoughts. But for me, he's old enough where, once again, it's kind of like that thing. And maybe I'm wrong, so I'm really asking. He's supposed to be like England's all-time top goal scorer or something pretty soon. But for me, when I just think of Kane, once again, I don't think of people holding Kane cards and like having it up on their wall someday when they're 40. It's like, are people going to want that? And he's not young enough or exciting enough to get people excited. So that's my concerns with him. But if you have, like, I'd be curious to know why you do believe in him.
So I do like Kane a lot. The biggest thing is there's really no true trophy that he won, right? Like, what has he won? And I think that's really what's holding him back. But I also think the European UK market is a sleeping giant, in my opinion. Like the way Prism is releasing in the UK with like retail packs, serial packs, all these different packs means that they see UK as a huge, huge player in the space. So, you know, if you look at the Euros, England has a really good shot. Like you look at their group, it's pretty trash. Like it's not that great.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, because he's so cheap that I wouldn't bet against him too much. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But I see why people don't collect him, because he hasn't really won anything. Like, you know, Messi hasn't won a World Cup, but how many Champions Leagues has he won? You know?
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, so we have like 3 or 4 minutes left. So
let's go.
Bad because it's hard to make this more fast and furious than we've already made it. So I really do apologize. We're gonna try to get through every single question before we.
Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, quick answers. Who do you think is better, CR7 or
Come on.
CR7?
All right. I'm just gonna say R9. I'm just gonna say R9. All right.
Okay, fair enough. There's no wrong answers here.
Damn it.
Better value than buy. What are your thoughts on Topps Now Pedri? Yeah,
I like him.
RC logo. Why not? I don't think the print run is. And actually, it is pretty high, but I believe in Pedri. Nice. Sorry. Which one is better, Holland Finest rookie card or Prism rookie card? Does he have a Prism?
No, I think he means Topps Chrome though.
Okay. Yeah, Finest for me.
Yeah, I think Finest really, like, that has the best value.
Okay. True Holland rookie card for me, it is either his Finest or his sticker.
Same, but I also think the Topps Chrome Sapphire is going to really carry the most weight.
Okay, fair enough. Pedro, for me, no.
Man, not right now, man. Not right now.
Yeah. Prism or Optic for me, because the rookies are all over the place.
I don't. Yeah, let's just say.
We're moving.
Yeah, let's go. What do you think? Yes. MLS card might be good.
Buy. If it's a rookie, buy. What is your best favorite top 3 cards? Messi, CR7 rookies, and Holland Topps Finest. For you?
Kaboom, National Landmark, Messi, Ronaldo. There you go.
Cool. Best Mbappe and Holland rookie card, and say a PSA 9 for a few $100s. For Holland, Topps Finest or his rookie sticker. For Mbappe, I would go Prism. Don't be afraid to pony up a little bit more. Well, for a few $100s, I would go for a low grade of his Panini Foot rookie sticker, or find a way to pony up a little bit more for a non-base Prism.
100%. Or even look the prize footballer for Holland too. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. I've heard people talking about that. What league should Holland go? I mean, Premier League or La Liga. Like, if he goes to a big club, I think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
For new investors, go with fair enough.
100%.
Do you think Panini Select is better than Prism? Not for me. You?
I like Select better. I like the look aesthetically.
Fair enough. I think the look is nice. Yes, for me.
Do you think the World Cups are Yep.
There's no bigger stage. There's no bigger
Yep.
stage. That's just a fact.
Let's
Congrats.
go.
For me, yes. I think that's a great set.
Great play.
Ansu Fati. Oh, I have some expensive Ansu Fati. So dangers of prospecting, but I don't know.
You still have upside. You still have upside. You know, you're super young, right? But it is very, very risky. A third knee operation. Just remember that.
Bojan, don't forget about that kid.
Yes.
$14 for a 2014 sticker. I'd rather just go with Prism if it's 2014 for me.
Or you get great at PSA. If you believe you get a PSA 10, then you're good. But yeah, 2016.
Yeah. I'm gonna disagree if it's not have any value. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it's just random. Optics,
okay,
yeah. For me, no. Okay. I'll change this. Pedri or Fati? Who are you going?
Oh my god, I think it's better value Pedri because he's so much more cheaper.
Yeah. 2012. There is not a 2012, but if you mean 2014,
there's a play.
There's a play. Mbappe
You can
or
capitalize
Holland.
on them, yeah.
I'm going Holland.
You're going Holland, really? I'm just going Mbappe just because he plays for France. So
fair enough. Young with injuries. Oh, last one. I feel like Holland will have maybe. I think he'll be on a bigger stage though, especially because he started much younger too. You know what I mean? Like Lewandowski has only been at Bayern. Imagine if Lewandowski had played at Manchester City or Barcelona, it'd be a different story for him.
Yeah, Holland's looking for the big lights, so it's a little different.
Okay, this is the absolute last one, and then I have to cut it. Right. Flipping Steve, with 80s and 90s cards exploding across most sports, do you think this trend will hit soccer?
It already has.
It already has, and it'll only continue. The pop counts on those are I was telling my friend, I was like, they don't exist. They basically don't exist. Is the story of these older soccer cards? Okay, Fast and Furious. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for being on, man. Sorry to we had to run.
That was great. That was great, dude. It's crazy. 47 minutes, and like that was we handled these questions.
It flew by, and I think we got a lot of good info out there. Actually,
for sure.
We'll have to do a. I don't know if it's the right or wrong way to do it, but I really like having my live streams be really fast. But we'll have to do a podcast or something soon, so I can let you go more in depth.
You're going to be on our podcast because we got to get you on your podcast, so you guys can check that out too.
Definitely. Soon. So you guys, but really, really just knows soccer and the soccer card market on a deep level. They have really fun produced and really well done soccer videos and soccer card podcasts. Sunday League Investors. Make sure to check them out. Any last plugs?
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, Troy, thank you so much, man. Like, it's been a pleasure, bro. Like, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, and like, man, we've just been seeing you from afar, what you've been building around your community, man. It's really it's something that we want to build as well. So really, thank you so much for having us on, bro.
Of course, man. Thanks for being on. I hope you had fun. Once again, sorry it was so fast and furious, but I hope people enjoyed. Okay, guys, we'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace, guys.